Hello, everyone. Round two should be cool for Instagram this time. My name's Adam Holmes. I'm a songwriter from Edinburgh in Scotland, and I'm on today to chat with you guys about social media. And so, if any of you have any questions about social media, what you're going to be able to do is actually just drop them into the comments and I'm going to answer them. So, today I'm just going to take you over a few techniques that are going to help you to grow your social media. They're going to help you to understand what social media is and what it isn't. And ultimately, if you use these techniques, they'll change your life as they changed my life. I went from being a songwriter who not many people knew of and having about 2,000 followers. And when I decided I was going to start my social media journey, I managed to grow from 2,000 followers to about 800,000 across around 18 months. And today I'm going to be sharing some of the perspectives that allowed me to be able to do that. So if you're an artist or you're a business owner or you're someone who's generally just interested in growing your social media, you're going to get a lot of value out of today's episode. Thanks very much for being here. Appreciate your time. Usually I'm on at 1 o'clock. My usual streaming schedule is 1 o'clock and 9 o'clock. And that is British time, UK time. So Eastern Standard Time, I believe it is about 8:15 in the morning right now. So good morning to all of our friends in America. Hey, Linda, nice to meet you too. Thank you all you guys for being here. Let's get into it. So, as I say, my journey into social media began about 2 years ago. Now, I'd spent a lot of time making records and I'd spent a lot of time developing my skills as an artist, but I'd actually neglected the one thing which matters most, which is telling people about your art. So, if you're a business owner, or you're an artist, it's like that saying if a tree falls in the woods and no one hears it, does it fall? There's a lot of artists out there who have amazing, amazing art, and they just never get together to post consistently on social media. And it's not because of the reason that people think. Now, when many people come to me for coaching on social media, all of the questions they'll ask me are fundamentally about the wrong things. And that's not anyone's fault. It's just the way that we've been conditioned. And a lot of that, I think, is to do with the school system and this idea that you can be graded and there's a right way to do it. Now, my right way of doing social media is going to be very different to your right way. So I'm not here to tell you today, post with these hashtags, post at these times, post this type of content, post this on your stories, post that on your reels, because I don't know what your goals are. So, the same as if someone is a fitness instructor and someone comes to them, that fitness instructor could give them a ton of information on how to build muscle, but maybe they don't want to build muscle. They want to lose fat, or they could give them information on how to lose fat, but they want to build muscle, and it's going to be completely the wrong information. So, generally, when I'm coaching people on social media, what I'm doing is I'm looking at specifically what it is they want to do. And this even extends to if you're a musician, one musician might have a goal that they want to grow their social media in order to have more opportunities to perform. Another person might want to do something like I'm doing and start a Patreon, start a club and have people in that club. Another person might want to use it as a way to create, opportunities for sync and getting their music into TV and film. So ultimately, it all depends what you want. Social media depends what you want. You have to be incredibly clear on what it is that you want to create. Now, I'm a musician and that's my primary skill set. And that's ultimately what I'm using to live my best life. But the way I'm doing that is not the same as most musicians. So, because I have a daughter and she's 7 years old, I had to get really clear on what's my goal because I want to be around for her. I want to be in her life. And so, in my case, I use social media to build my club. So there's 1,000 people in my club, and I coach on creative confidence, and there's exclusive content inside of there. It's only $2 a month. If you want to join Comment Club, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can click the link in the top comment. I also use social media to connect to other people who are wanting help to make albums. A lot of the work I do is helping, people make albums. And another thing that I do is I do gigs close to home. So village halls in Scotland, community centres in Scotland. And I know very clearly for me, those are the kind of three things that I want to use social media for. And also, I love making films and it's fun chatting and it's fun playing music and getting on, and I enjoy that side of it, and I've managed to have fun with it. But my point is, if you don't know what you want to use social media for, you're going to have a hard time making it work for you. So my recommendation before you actually go on a social media journey is you want to have your values clear. Do you want to use social media to sell more books if you're a writer, or do you want it to sell tickets to your shows if you're a performer, or do you want it to have a Patreon like I do, or do you want it to raise awareness of you in your local area, right? Because that's going to be a different thing again. So primarily what you got to do is you have to focus on the reason why you want to grow your social media, because ultimately that is going to inform the reason behind why you post, and it's going to inform the kinds of posts that you create. Once you have your values in place, what you then need to do is you need to fail a lot and get really, really comfortable just failing loads. I mean, when I first started going on social media, I did loads of posts and nobody ever saw them. So I just want to publicly give you permission to do that. Just start making mistakes, get on there, make a bunch of posts that nobody sees, and be okay with that. Get them out there, and then get the feedback from them. Like, learn from it. Look at the posts that you've done. Look at the ones that have done better, and that's where you get the feedback from. But until you've done 1,000 posts, until you've done 2,000 posts, you don't really have feedback. You've kind of got guesswork. So my recommendation is start posting, try things, study the masters, look at people who have a massive, massive social media following. That's what I did at the start. I just looked at people who were in my niche, if you like, as musicians, and I looked at what they were doing, and I humbled myself and I thought, yeah, maybe I think I'm too cool to do that, but ultimately they're the ones who have the result that I want to create. And when it comes to social media, the thing that you want to be careful of is taking advice from people who've never, ever, ever grown a social media account. It's not a good idea. You want to make sure that the people who are giving you advice are people who are in a position that you want to be in. And the way I recommend doing that is just find people who are in your niche, look at what they're doing, and take a few things that they're doing and try it and see how it feels. Now, inevitably, what you're going to find is you try a few things that they've done and it just really doesn't feel right for you. And that is kind of horrible at first, because in some ways, the way you find your voice in any creative endeavor is actually to try things other people are doing and then realize that that isn't your voice and that doesn't feel genuine. So for me, when I started, I studied a lot of the big TikTokers and I just tried things. And I want to be really clear, when I first started, I didn't have any evidence that I was going to be good at it. And it was just my friends and my family really watching me fail at social media and do these cringy posts and no one see them. And that's the only evidence I had at that point. Hey, Mona Lee, how's it going? Hello, Adelaide. Nice to see you. Hi to everyone. Good morning. So, I mean, this is advice, I guess, not just for social media, but anything you want to do in your life, anything you want to create in your life. You have to be willing to experience the emotion of embarrassment. And the more that you're willing to experience the emotion of embarrassment, the more you're going to get what you want. So for me, it took me a year of posting and posting and posting and nothing happening. And then one day, I'd done I set myself a rule. I was going to do 3 posts a day. I'd done 3 posts a day for a year and it still wasn't moving. I just couldn't get to move. It was really, really annoying and challenging. And one night I was sitting in my living room and I just decided, I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to put up one more post today. And I went and put up this post and I was just honest. I said, man, this is hard and I'm so annoyed doing this posting and it's just not reaching anyone. Sometimes I feel like um, I can't do this, you know? Anyway, that post went on to be the one that was my first post that kind of did well, interestingly. So what I learned, the feedback I got from that situation was I learned that actually vulnerability is something that people vibe with, you know, honesty, authenticity. Now, authenticity is one of these words people say. I mean, who wants to be inauthentic? So it's a little bit of a beige word in the sense that everyone wants to be authentic. But finding your version of authenticity sometimes comes from just doing a lot of things that are not authentic to you and contextualizing that, understanding for yourself that that is part of the process. So if you're comfortable in the process of trying things, failing, failing again, you will grow your social media. You will. If you post 3 to 5 times a day, you try things, you humble yourself, you disconnect your mentality from what do my friends think and what do my family think, and you start to connect it to what does the algorithm think? Am I getting better? Are people liking my posts? And you become statistical in how you're looking at this information. You become, to some extent, mechanical, and you can become competitive with your previous self, not with others, but with your previous self. And you just look at the information and you look to grow and to learn. And when you look to grow and to learn, Michelle, good to see you. Be lovely to welcome you into the club. You should have a link in your inbox now. Go and have a look, and we'd love to welcome you in. When you start to become detached from the process, uh, and you become more interested in the improvement aspect of just getting better every single day, that's really when you start to see results, and that's when it becomes a lot of fun. So, a few practical tips because I realize a lot of this stuff can sound quite esoteric or quite mindset, and that's important because a lot of it is. I want to give you a few practical tips that you can use right now. Hey, Sandra, how's it going? Have a great day at work. See you later. Um, I want to give you some practical tips. Mrs. J Painter, I think I really like you. Well, I like you too. And if you really like me, come and join the club, comment club, and you'll get a link to come and join us. We'd love to welcome you in. Practical tips if you want to grow your social media and you're an artist, maybe a business owner, and you want to grow your social media. These are the practical tips. Number one, post 3 times a day. Do it for 6 months. Watch what happens. It's not going to be what you think. You're not going to become a master. You're not going to become an expert. But what you are going to do is you're going to get a lot of feedback. You're going to get better. You're going to become more competent. You're going to become more confident. You're going to become more, it's going to become easier for you to be visible online. And the more easy it is for you to be visible online, the more fun you're going to have with it. Because if you're just trying to post online, it's hard work because you're embarrassed. It's hard work because you're afraid. You want to reach a point where you don't care. You know, I'm on right now. I didn't have an amazing sleep last night. I've had a few coffees, you know, we're working on tracks. I'm just wearing whatever. I'm just here. I'm here as I am right now. I know that it's not the whole picture of who I am. And this is the thing about branding. If you want to build a really great brand, what is a brand? It is the impression, it's the sum of all of the impressions that you make across years. So I'm comfortable showing up today and contextualizing this as just one little piece of the puzzle. It's like having a jigsaw and you're building it over time, just post by post by post by post. Show up tired in one, show up energized in one, show up happy, show up sad, show up angry. Show yourself, be visible, be comfortable being visible. It's a beautiful thing. People get to know you, people like that. That's the number one thing. Post 3 times a day, get comfortable posting a lot on social media. Second thing, and the final thing I want to leave you with is if you're going to go on a social media journey, all you need to do is just disconnect from the people who don't have the result that you want to have. So if you want to create an amazing life, through social media, through branding, through meeting people, through making amazing connections. Don't take any advice from anyone who isn't doing that, because as Rumi said, when you're going on an adventure, don't ask directions from someone who's never left home. It's a beautiful quote. I want to leave you guys with that one. If you got any value out of today's talk, please come and join my club. There's 1,000+ members inside of there. It's where I coach on creative confidence. There's coaching on social media, on songwriting. My best musical content is in there too, if you just like the music. It's only $2 a month, and it's a huge help to me and my family if you want to support us by coming and joining. If you want to join, comment club, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can click the link in the top comment.